Hello, my do people. Greetings to you all. I'm here to bring you people some information, or rather, the way we can better the lives of all Edolites. When I visit Edo last time, I observed a lot of things which I want to bring to the notice of the Edo people. I will not say to the notice of the present government, because the present government time is running out soon. Coming year now, that time will expire. First, I want to make us understand the things I observe about Edo State, especially in Benin City that I visit. One of the things I observe is that there is no traffic regulation like road sign, mark, nothing. There is no traffic regulation of looking at, this place, because of the traffic of vehicle and pedestrians, people walking with leg, this is the speedometer you can drive per an hour, let's say 30 or 50 speedometer. Nothing like that. And another thing I also observe is that there is no zebra. Number two thing, no zebra marking in our road, in our street. No zebra marking. I saw people begging vehicle or motorists to stop for them to cross. That is very sad. Those are the common things that we as government can provide for our citizens. No zebra crossing. Even where there is traffic, there is no zebra marking. That's too bad. That's too bad in Edo State. Where there is traffic light, there is no zebra marking. If there was a zebra marking before, if the thing clean, you need to remark it. You need to make it, before it cleans, you need to remark it so that it can show that people can see it. Even before the zebra crossing, there has to be a zebra signpost that in 100 meters, there is a zebra 100 meters as they are driving. There has to be signpost so that the driver, when they see the signpost, they will know that there is a zebra crossing ahead of them. All of these things is for the safety of life and property. I wonder how government does not prevent insecurity, but they are fighting insecurity. Let's say, for instance, anyone or family that lost their breadwinner of a family to accident, these people with anger, they can stir up unrest in that state that many government property can be destroyed. You know just kill some people and you go scot-free. You might say it's an accident, but when the arrest will start because of someone that died, before you know it, everything that government think that they are doing for the people, they will destroy it. These are basic things that the government need to do in the state. Controlling with law, with laws, road regulation or traffic regulation, controlling the mindset of the people, those that feel they can start doing competition in the major road. I've heard of Ekenwa Road, how trailer two trailer was competing and they run into a bus that was trying to pick passenger, and people's life was just taken, all because of the government has failed to do the needful. And those people, they are also foolish. They don't know what is expected of them to do. Look at another after campus. After campus, I also watch in telly how some cars, two cars were in competing and they lost control and they ran into someone that was people that were standing at the roadside, and those people died. The problem of that state, that many lives that have been lost, is the cause of the government failing to do their basic need for the people. They are failing to mark the road, to bring out the laws, traffic laws that will control the mindset of the people. And to the extent, no zebra in our road. The pedestrians has to be begging. Women and children have to be begging for cars to stop for them. That is wrong. Government has to put traffic law in place and mark the road with zebra. There are some that the zebra is controlled by a traffic light. When the traffic light stop those that is driving, then those that is about to cross, there is traffic light that will ask them to cross, showing the sign of walking green while they cross. I know many people don't use a zebra, but for those that can use zebra, they opt to a zebra have to be in place so that those that know what it means to cross at the zebra should cross. Even Tonton has been used advertising this even before I left that shore of that country, but the government have abandoned such. Please, I want correction to be made. Number 3 thing I observe is this: cars parking at the roadside. Cars suppose not to be parking at the roadside, especially the road that buses, transport service flies. They suppose not to be parking at the roadside. If they are going to pick up passenger, they have to, bus drivers have to sit or park in the center of the road to pick passenger, and someone behind them now has to wait for them to pick up their passenger. Sometimes the passenger may be at the cross of the road, because as they whisper to the person and say, yeah, he's going to this direction, they will have to stop at the center of road waiting for that passenger to cross and come and enter the bus, because there are cars that park at the side of the road that the bus driver is supposed to have swift to and wait for their passenger. The government need to provide parking space for cars. At least these are areas you can also generate revenue. Local government, outside the state government, local government need to create a parking space in every area, or especially where there is business going on, the road there's business going on. They ask to put no parking in those roads and create a parking space in that location where people can park and even pay 1 naira or 2 naira. But the worst of all, I was surprised that there is no more using of coins in my country. They don't use coins again. Even 5 naira they don't use. I think even 10 naira, they said there's no more 10 naira. That the 20 naira is even about to fade away, if not for they use it to spray people in their obituary and marriage party and the rest of it. That is very bad. there is a need to create a parking space where people can be paying 1 naira, 2 naira, like that. And those kind of investment that the local government will do, or the state government will do, is not a short-term investment that you have to put 100 naira, that people should be paying 100 naira to park. No, it's not a short-term investment, it's a long-term investment. So they has to also think of reviving the coins that we are using in that country. So number 4 thing I also observe in that country, in that state, apart from the road done by the past administration, that there is a walkway. Every other road that I drove through, there was no walkway. Even the gutter was very shallow. It's not deep. No walkway. The gutter is not covered. There is a need for us to build walkway as wide as ×2 of what the previous government built. ×2. I know there is a challenge. The people are trading on the walkway. They are doing a lot of things on the walkway. Why? Because the government has also failed in their responsibility. I will come to that. So there is a need to build walkway in all our roads. When you are walking on walkway, you are safe from any vehicle that the driver is not skillful enough. Many does not go for driving school. Many does not study to get their driving license. If they have money, the driving license office can just give them money, give them license, because they are able to pay what they charge them. So there are many unskillful drivers that those that is walking on the walkway can be saved up. But if you are walking by the roadside, you can easily be a victim of these wrong and unskillful drivers. There is a need for every government that is coming on board, or we as Edo State, to make sure that all our roads, the gutter is covered and there is a walkway created for people to walk. And another, number 5th thing I also observe is that the population of Edo State have overgrown over the years. I can say I was not born in New Benin, but I grew up in New Benin. I also hawk in that New Benin. I also sell in that New Benin. But the population have grown over the years. Then when we were around, New Benin was just like Europe. It was free. It was not crowded the way it is now. It was not shocking the way it's shocked now. That even living house that we always went to there to see our friend has turned into market. Every house, especially in New Lagos Road, in Mission and Upper Mission, all have become a marketplace. Every house has become a marketplace. Though then there was no shop in those houses. Some houses have shop, but not the way it is now. Why? Because the government has failed to upgrade, to expand. Take for example, New Benin Market. Over 20 years, that New Benin Market still remains the way it is, shallow. It's a market that you can raise up to 5-story building or more. Now when you raise it up, you take it down underground, 2 step underground. One of these 2 step, neither the last step for parking around for the marketers that have cars. They will be parking at the -2, while the -1 will be used for bus drivers. Many bus drivers, they just cause problem on the Lagos road, Mission Road, and then Upper Mission, even going to Second. They cause problem in those roads. But if that market is rebuilt, make it underground, 2 step down, the last can be for parking of cars of the market men and women and those that come to buy, and then the -1 will be for bus drivers and those that are bringing things from the village, the vehicle that carry goods from the village to the city. They can also park there and distribute upload their goods to the market women that is going to buy. And then why the part of it will be used for people's buses that is loading to Ute, Mission Road to Ute, Ikpobayi, Ugbowo, even Ego, and then Mission Road. All of these people, they will be under there loading and living, so that the road, Mission Road, will be free at that New Benin Junction, New Lagos Road, and then Upper Mission, all will be free. All will be free. Those cars that they are parking along the road that also obstruct the bus drivers, all of these will be taken care of by the parking space under. And those market women that now turn outside the street to become their trading a place, all will now have space at the market. The electronics space will be there, clothing space will be there, food stuff will be there, building materials, all will have their place inside the market. Because what is down before, you have raised it 5-story building, so there is enough space for everybody to be there, and that will enhance the life of the people, not what they are doing now. They are suffering, trading inside the sun. Every Edolite, especially those that is selling in the market, they are, when you look at them, you feel sorry. Their eyes are very hard. They don't look good because of the stress that they are undergoing. And this is a responsibility of the government. Out of 100% of the responsibility of the government, 60 is to care for the needs of the commoners. Is to care for the needs of the commoners, to alleviate the pride, the suffering of the commoner. That is what the government is all about. Why 40 will not be, for this and that? Take for instance, you build schools, tertiary institution, the midwifery and technology, as our governor is doing that, is good. It's a good thing. But when you does not look at the basic need of the people, like zebra, for them to cross roads, safety, if car knock them, those that will be a professional nurse and midwifery, if car knock them and they die, will they get there? They will not go to the school, and nothing will change at the end of your tenure. But when you provide the basic amenities, as putting road signs in our road and marking the road with zebra for people to cross, and bringing anyone that breaks the rule, make them to face the music of breaking the rules. All of these will make the country of our dream to be achieved. We know Nigeria system, but a state can show a difference in that country. A state, and I want my own state, the habit of the nation, to be a living example to every other state in that country, Nigeria. And another thing I also observe is that Edo State is becoming like Lagos. That what will take you 30 minutes, a distance that will take you 30 minutes to go and return, will take you 2 hours to get there because of bad roads. Because of bad roads. I'm not saying that the present government is not trying its best. It's trying its best. But there is a need for the government to assign. I see it here in Europe. Some people will be at the train station counting the passenger, how they are coming down. The movement of people where that has a higher numbers of passenger, they look at it, even standing in rows as well. They also stand in rows taking record of the traffic. Our state government can do the same. Go out in the morning, go out in the evening, send people, assign them to take record of what is happening in different areas, and then you able to know where the problem is, so that you can able to tackle the problem. Going from New Benin to Upper Mission to Ute, immediately you cross the bridge, that Upper Mission bridge to Ute, a lot of hold up from 6 to 9 or 10, a lot of hold up. And that is the only road from this New Benin or Ugbowo and the rest to go to that area. That is the only road there. Unless some people want to take slope to Ikpobayi, which is a little bit far. If bridges can be made in Okoro River or Opalawan River, it will also reduce the suffering that people are passing through. It will reduce the suffering. And another thing I also observe, to just really bring to our notice, the taxes that the government are collecting is too much from the people. It's too much. How can a boss every day pay 600 naira every day? Every day. It's too much. There are many areas that government can collect tax where it's being reduced. Many areas. Even in making of bridge. Let me return back to that very brief, because I just bring this because I want to talk about financial that is stored in some area that we can put bridge. That's why I decided to bring that one first. Now, area there that need bridges, I know this very government, I must say it, even though the government have not said that is afraid of building bridge. I don't know what is the problem, but I would say probably is afraid of building bridge. You can build a bridge, Okoro River, Opalawan, you can build a bridge and put a toll of just because it's within the state, put a toll of 2 naira or 3 naira or 5 naira. It does not need to be much. I know Nigerians, we are very greedy. We are very greedy. We want to quickly get the money on time, and that money, especially money that comes to the government, not all the money they are using to support the people or alleviate their suffering. You can put even from Ikpobai to Sesavior or Imi, there are many roads that through that they can also bridge and put a toll, but it has to be little thing that anyone that does not want to face the problem of hold up is not too big for him to just pay and then have a smooth ride to his own destination. All those things, you don't need to put exorbitant fees for people to suffer, to pay. No. And another thing I also noticed, when 2 decades ago our transportation was the best in Edo State, we have flashing buses that were used for transport, and with the interior was good and lovely with music. But today is just, how will I call it, it's iron. There is no interior. Even when you sit on it, you'll be afraid that as you are stepping down, that the bus will not tear your clothes that you put on. It's very bad. Even the seat, nothing. Even the such a ride, you cannot allow it. Is all the old buses except few is to take to Disguase and press it down that we are using, and many of those buses, they will break down on the road that will cause hold up for people. So the old buses they are not fit to run in that city. That's another thing. They'll break down on the road, and there is no inspective mechanism put in place to check all those buses or cars that is not fit to drive on our road. Even a car with the bad exhaust, smoking exhaust, they don't allow it because it's a pollution. But all of this, there has to be a mechanism to check every vehicle that is not fit, so that they can go and fix them. Anyone that is not good, it can't pass through the mechanism put in place to check, examine the vehicle. That should be in place. And all these things, when you do it 2 years, you go out back and take your vehicle through it again and get this the sticker. There's a need for us to upgrade our mind. I know many people will take it, this our ways, our tradition. There's no tradition in that very place. Even at the time of Oba Vorame, if they have opportunity to do things in a better way, they would have done it. There's no tradition in suffering. There's no tradition in that such environment that Edo State is or Nigeria is. There's no tradition. It's just to enslave others. So people enslaving others to be collecting from them. There is no tradition. Many will say, forget, this is how we like it this way. But then there is a need for us to fix that state. There is a need. All our markets, we need to raise them up. All the market can have a car park for everyone that is trading, every trader or market women that have cars, they'll be able to park their car under the market so that the road will be free instead of parking around the road. People that want to buy, they can also go down and park and buy and also take their car and go out. This is the way things should be done. and also have a place under the market where buses can also be loading and going to that various place, not using the road. And aside this tuke or taxi, especially the tuke of a thing, look at Oshomole bus. Government can organize individual, whatsoever you have, you want to invest, come and invest in this transportation. That transportation suppose not to be government alone. It's supposed not to be for government alone. It should be for private investor investing in it and flying different routes, setting a board of directors to manage the company on behalf of every shareholder and have a return to the shareholder. It's supposed not to be state. Everything is supposed not to be state. There should be an organized investment purpose for people to come and invest in that very transportation. And another thing is hard time. I also watch in telly, the Obaseki government want to build bus stops where bus will be stopping, that people will not be stopping, all those buses will not be stopping anyhow, or people will not be stopping anyhow. It was last year I heard of it. I watched it in the telly. They put it on posts to say this is the bus stop. But why can't we persist in anything we are doing? Why can't we persist to do something perfectly with persistence that it will not master everyone? Why? I don't understand. Even cleaning of a street and the marketplace, Obaseki, when he come newly, he was doing this, but later he relents. Nothing is happening about cleaning Edo State. There should be dustbin or little bin in the street, let's say for 100 meters drive or walk, you can have a bucket where you can drop your own bin that you hold in your hand. Anything you have consumed, is it water you drank, the can or the nylon, you put it inside the box there, and there will be an agent that will be taking it away, or under the environmental ministry, they can be taking it away. They can be taking it away every morning or twice in a day. I heard that Shomole did it. A lot of people were putting their bin from their house and putting it there. Yeah, people will want to take advantage of that and be dropping their bin there. But with law and with setting an agent to follow it up, they will be able to catch these people and deal with them and use them as an example that other people will not do such anymore. I've had here that a lady was sued to court for not, they have not seen her bringing her bin out, and she said I always take my bin and put it, as I'm going out I put it in the public. Why? They have to find her because they give her a bucket that she should be putting her bin every time and bringing it out at the time they allocate for that thing to be brought out. And the people that come to carry the bin, they have a little machine that they use to read the number. They just read the serial number that is on the bucket, and it shows that person have done his own duty of bringing out his bucket. But for years they have not read our home. And how are you be doing your bin? And she said she normally drop it as she's going to, and that's very wrong. So they fire her for it. They fire her for it. We should upgrade our system. I believe the way forward is that Edo State, we need to sit down as a national or state conference now to alight and detail the way we should be governors, so that any individual or party that say we're going to do you better, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we have already spelled out the way the state should be governed. When they comes, they go in line with what we have agreed on how the state should be governed, and whatsoever they are doing, it will not be against them, because it's what we the Edo people have agreed upon, that this is the way we want the state to be governed. Because I can see Obaseki now fighting against Tout and Agbeo in the first term. Now he's now bringing them back and saying Java welfare. They are not collecting Java welfare. These are Agbeo. How you going to care about? How do you, what? I don't know the criteria or the mechanism that are put in place to care for the driver. If a driver is sick now, are you going to take it to the hospital and pay the bills? Where are you going to do a driver welfare? That is very wrong. There should be insurance, life insurance, that drivers can register and be paying their due to. When they have problem, they have signed agreement, then the insurance will take care of their needs. Not driver welfare bringing Agbeo up because he want to take an advantage that, oh, if we are doing this, the Agbeo can support us in the next election. Mr. Governor, forget it. We Edolite, we have civilized more than that. We cannot, nobody can rule us like Lagos State with all this Agbeo. No, nobody can rule us like Lagos State. We are wiser than that. Well, let me just stop by telling us, the Edolites, we need to do things right, and we need to sit at a round table from the north, Edo South, Edo Central, Edo North. We need to sit down and alight the way we need to be governors, what we need and how we want things to be done, because no one can just come and give us fake promise, and then when he got there, he will throw the promise to the thick air and start giving us story, because he have the power. And here to this undeveloped individual that put this state backward. Because what I saw in Edo, it was 20 years was like we are in Europe than what we have today. Nothing has changed, but things are gone bad. Things are gone bad, worse than the way it was. I pray God bless Edo State and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Amen.